Hello, and welcome to the final podcast aimed at introducing you to the concept of e-commerce. This podcast will introduce you to the laws surrounding e-commerce by looking at four of the most important ones: the Data Protection Act, the Consumer Protection or Distance Selling Regulations, the E-commerce Directive, and the Information Commissioner's Office e-Privacy Directive regarding cookies. The Data Protection Act gives individuals the right to know what information is held about them and provides a framework to ensure that personal information is handled properly. Any company or professional that needs to store personal data from clients in order to perform business activities is classified as a data controller. As a data controller, they must notify the Information Commissioner's Office that they are responsible for the availability, integrity, and security of that data. It applies to all businesses and also states that they must only collect data relevant for their business needs and not transfer this data outside of the European Community without the permission of the person involved. The Consumer Protection or Distance Selling Regulations apply to many e-commerce sites, except for business-to-business transactions. These regulations state that information on the product or service and its associated costs, such as post and packaging and VAT, must be made clear before purchasing. It also states that after the product has been purchased, the business must send written confirmation, such as an email. It also covers the cancellation of orders, including the 7-day calling-off period and the right for someone to cancel with no loss to them except the cost of post and packaging. Some perishable and electronic items are exempt from the calling-off period. The E-commerce Directive regards the identification of the business in all communications and the display of information regarding costs and terms and conditions. It also states that all orders must be acknowledged. Finally, the Information Commissioner's Office e-Privacy Directive relates to the storage of or gaining access to information stored in the device of a visitor or user to a website. This means the use of cookies and similar technologies for storing information. It states that the website must provide clear and adequate information about what is being stored, why it is being stored, and who has access to it. It also governs the use of cookies and the user's consent to them. So, as e-commerce practices have developed and grown, a number of acts and directives have been put in place to ensure that both the consumer and the business have equal rights and will practice fair trading. I hope that this series of podcasts has been helpful to you, and for more information, please look at our infogram.